right, we back. Player T, that's me, Hollywood in the hood.
Yeah.
Doing it really big. Listen, if you are interested in what we got going on, you feeling what we do, you love what we do, you can help us. You sure can. You're right here at the site. You can make a financial contribution. That's what you can do to help further along this platform. Donate right now, any amount. We don't care if it's a couple billion. We don't care if it's a couple pennies. But donate right here at playertshow.com. And we're going to keep this thing rolling. Keep giving people the opportunity and the space to tell their story. Right. Because guess what? The mainstream media is only putting out an agenda. We don't have no agenda. Our only agenda here is to uplift people who need to be uplifted.
Right.
Get the heroes without recognition,
yes.
recognition. That's what we're all about. And Bud been spearheading that movement for the longest. Long before playertshow.com, Hollywood in the Hood came into existence. That's been your lifestyle, Bud.
Absolutely, Player T.
And you wanted to talk about the wars because they affected us over the years. I'm not talking about the Ukraine-Russia war. I'm not talking about the war in Iraq and Afghanistan. I'm talking about the war on poverty, the war on drugs, those wars. How effective have they been? How destructive have they been? We don't really visit those answers to those questions. We just go along but Bud, you've always sought to get to the bottom of those answers to those questions.
Absolutely.
The war on drugs, the war on poverty, and we started to touch on that before we went to the break. You care to elaborate?
Absolutely, I can elaborate. The war on drugs. Nixon declared war on drugs. And of course, this was in 1970, I think it was 1969 or something like that. I'm not sure, but look it up. When he declared war on drugs.
That wasn't Reagan who did that?
Reagan had said something about it, but Nixon came and started it.
Okay.
That's how that went. And the war on drugs is the after effect of both of those wars in 2023 right now. May the 5th or 4th, 2023 is the end result of both of them wars on Americans. The war on poverty and the war on drugs.
Are you insinuating there should never been a war on drugs and never should have been a war on poverty?
Never should have been a war on anything. These was foreigners that was turning American youth, which was me, into dependence. They took away responsibility from my bloodline, well, they tried to, T, and they implemented the dependency of them. Them is the people in power.
Welfare, all those things that make you dependent.
Yes. Everything. And I was born, I was born in Uniontown, Alabama, Ponsdale. And there was a lot of things that I didn't know about when I came up north. But we didn't know anything about the war or Haiti or the big houses or the cars or anything like that. But we was wealthy. We was extremely wealthy. We lived off the food that we produce. We never starved. We never had anything taken away from us. It was such a beautiful thing. But when I came up north, and keep in mind, T, light-skinned and dark-skinned people. Now, light-skinned people is Europeans, T. Of course you know that.
Yeah.
And dark-skinned people is people that look like me and you. Okay? And what I found out is that there was light-skinned people that couldn't read or write or anything. But we never seen any difference in each other. We embraced each other. We loved each other. I mean, light and dark-skinned people. The light-skinned people had the land, T, and we was the workers. Now, why is that? We was sharecroppers. Wasn't a slave. They owned the land, and we worked the land. Why did that happen? I know you're wondering why that happened, if that's one of your questions, T.
I mean, if they had the land and you gave servitude to the land, then you got a group of people out here saying that they manipulated land. They took over land. They took land from certain people, from dark peoples. They like they do now with eminent domain. Give it us here. Yeah, you own that, but we need this because we're the government and we say we need it, and we telling you can't have it no more.
Well, what happened is that the Europeans. Well, first of all, let me answer the question, and then I can go into that clarity. But here's what happened: the light-skinned man couldn't work in the sun. But the dark-skinned man was able to work in the sun. So they both had to eat. So the dark-skinned man worked the land, and the light-skinned man owned the land. They were sharecroppers. Now, the Europeans, the true foreigners, Europeans, because they all migrated to America, to this land.
By the way,
yeah, they all migrated.
You want to call us ship jumpers?
No.
Y'all the original ship jumpers.
Absolutely. Because dark-skinned people was here, the Indians. The light-skinned man tricked. They didn't steal it. They just tricked. They told them that, like in today, 2023, they told them that, hey, this Cadillac is better than that Pinto that you got. or this Cadillac, this Bentley is better than that Cadillac you got. They sold them on better.
They sold them dreams. They promised them gold.
Yes.
A trader promised them more gold than they were receiving already.
Exactly. And what happened is that the Indians left the territory. They left. They went and created tribes in other parts of the country, but they left their land. And the Europeans stayed there and owned the land and tilled the land, tilled the soil. They lived off the land. They learned how to live from the dark-skinned man, which is the Indians. They learned that. Remember, they was foreigners. And how I know this in 2023, Player T, I did hair. And while I was a hairstylist, there was foreigners coming to this country selling hair. Selling hair from the Indians to people that wanted long, straight hair. So how did the foreigners that came to this country selling the hair knew the type of hair to get to sell to the dark-skinned woman?
dark-skinned person told them.
A dark-skinned person taught them and told them the hair that they wanted or what they should sell.
I mean, even to this day, like there's stores all around us, whether they're Arab or Indian or what have you, and they allow local individuals in the community to come in and they pick their brains. And that's how they know what products to bring in and how to sell and what to do. You know, they lean on you, the people. It's just that we're not using our own knowledge. That's what it seems like to me. We're not using our own knowledge base to create our own thing. We're not creators. We're conformists.
That's what we are, T. We conform. We conformative. They lay the foundation and we conform to it. Instead of being what we originally are, which is creators, we have changed our identity of being who we are to a conformer, from a creator to a conformer.
Dig that.
We're strictly conformers. And they have educated us. Player T, I found out that there's more people graduating from college ever in history in 2023, in the new millennium. More than ever. Now, a lot of people will say, oh, that's great, that's excellent. No, you got another man teaching your kids how to be like them. You know, I was in prison with a lot of brothers, Player T, and they'll say something like, I don't want my kids to be like me. I don't want them to be like me. And I couldn't understand that, T. What is wrong with your life that you don't want your kids to be like you, but you want them to be like your next door neighbor?
Because they'll say, well, I don't want him locked up like me. I don't want him struggling through hard times like me. You know, I don't want him to have to beg for a job like me. You know.
Well, like you said earlier, the ball player, high figure guy, is working at Walmart, you say, or Kmart?
Yeah. Walmart. Sorry about that, Greg.
Walmart.
Yeah.
He's working at Walmart. So, I mean, he's well educated. He good job, good to see everything. I mean, everything. But you didn't want him to be like you, but you want to be like whoever. But look at him. Look what he's doing. He's not doing what he wants to do. He's not happy. Yes.
Bottom line, if you're not doing what you want to do, how you living?
You're a slave.
Yeah. You're a slave. You know, you just don't have that ankle bracelet on.
That's all it is. You're a slave. If you're not doing what you want to do, if you're not doing what your God created you to do or to be, you're not joyful. You're not happy. None at all. You having an issue in your life that's going to cause you to be disappointed all of your life. That ain't right, T.
Well, boy, you made it through a lot of things. You know, you made it through prison. You made it through certain diagnoses. And you're here stronger than ever, man. What do you think allowed you to be who you are now? Facing all those things you were facing, all the adversity, you know. What do you think?
It was what my mother and my father gave me in my God. They gave me the willpower, the desire, a burning desire. I mean, what more can a man have to overcome? If he got the desire and a purpose in their life and the willpower, what more do we need?
I mean, you speak a lot, you know, and I know other family members don't like it, but you always you uplift your mom. You said she couldn't read or write. She couldn't read. You said she couldn't read. But the way you look at it is you're really proud now that she was able to bring such great men into this world that turned out to be great fathers, great uncles, great pillars of the community, productive members of the community, more than anything. You know, they tend to try to tear us down or smear our names or, you know, defile or deface us or even imprison us. But that doesn't take away who we truly are. So, you know, talk about that, man. Your mom not being able to read, but yet you are this person who financially educated, you know, a positive example in a lot of people's lives, not just your own bloodline, but other people's lives, being a foundation and to their success, being a launch pad to their growth. Talk about that.
You know, T, it's so much to talk about. We're going to have to make this here.
Well, let me say this to the people. This is an ongoing thing. You know, Bud is who he is, and we're going to continue to have Big Bud on the show because I feel like it's needed. You know, when you guys are a little tired out and don't have no story to tell or it's just not your day, we're going to come on and we're going to talk about life. You know, we're going to tell you how it is we stay committed. How it is we rose through the ranks.
Absolutely.
You know? So yeah, we got a lot to talk about, but we can start right now.
And that's what we're doing. Speaking about my mother, see, my mother and my dad, one great readers, couldn't do it. But being up north from down south, it wasn't no big deal. So what? We still eat. We still wealthy.
We got the land. We got all these trucks.
We got everything.
We got everything. Well, we don't need to read how smart you are.
No, none at all. But when we came up north, we noticed a difference. We noticed that people turned their nose up at us. We was less than because of our educational standing. But we didn't have the problem that they had as being educated people. We never had those problems until we got around people that thought that they was greater than us.
So you never was a professional beggar.
Never. Hey, T, never was a professional beggar. I tell you, let me give you a little bit of history on this here. I have kids, children, whatever you call them, 3 of them, and many other adopted in the neighborhood kids. None of these kids ever, never punched the clock.
Oh!
They worked, but they never punched the clock. They learned how to till the land. They learned how to be financially literate.
Yeah, I think Miles, I heard he went and bought some $1,000 shoes the other day. That's what I heard from the grapevine. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, he spent $1,100 for some tennis shoes, y'all. And I found out through the grapevine. Him and his cousin. Now his cousin never worked. Punched the clock. He worked, but he never punched the clock. He was like his daddy and his uncle. I'm his uncle, and his daddy is my brother. We raised them. Them boys, our kids was like, one of our boys, both our boys, was like 9, 10. They was in, they probably was 12 years old. And they was running business. One of the kids was running clothing and music store. And the other kid, my son, was running a pizza shop, T. He was running a pizza shop. He was only 8 years old. And he was running a pizza shop. And, I mean, you got Miles running a TV station. He started when he was only 5.
Yeah, I'm a witness. He ain't lying.
I mean, he started when he was 5 years old. And he's running it. I mean, it's just unbelievable what a man can do if he just change his thinking and realize and understand, Player T, understand and know his power, his strength that God gave him, gave us. He wasn't racist or prejudiced on who he should give the power to. He can't.
He didn't care that you was light skinned or dark skinned. He didn't care if you had a bow tie on or not.
He didn't care. He didn't care. God didn't care about that.
Hold on. When that seed grows up into a giving plant, it don't care if you light skinned or dark skinned once you eat the plant. It don't care if you had a bow tie on
None
or
at
not.
all.
It grows.
It grows.
That's it.
Period.
It grows.
It grows. And we got to understand that. It's all in the soil. That's the dirt. But it's all in the brain in a human being. There is no difference between the brain and the soil. It's going to bring forth whatever you put in it.
Yeah.
Whatever seed you throw in the brain, it's going to bring it forth. Whatever you put in the dirt out there, it's going to bring it forth.
It's going to bring it forth.
So think about it, people. It's all in your brain. It's in your head. It ain't nowhere else. It's just not.
So somebody listening to this button, they say, well, okay, I hear that. So you're saying change your thinking. Change your thinking to what?
Change your thinking and you'll change your life. Change your thinking on about you, who you are. Realize who you are. Get to know yourself. Get to know yourself.
Like, well, but I like Nikes. Me, I'm myself. I like Nikes. You know, I like. You know, you can go down the list. I like this. I like that. I like my hair in waves. I like my hair in dreads.
Yes, and there's nothing wrong with that. Whatever you want in your life, remember, Player T, it's slavery doing stuff that you don't want to do. That's slavery. So whatever you want in your life, as long as you don't impose on anyone else, do it. Become it. Be it.
I hear a lot of people these days say, I don't have the help. If I had the help you had, what do you say to that?
Only thing I can say to that is that the maker of this universe, you might have different names. You might have this here. But if you put the seed out there in the dirt, I don't care what it is, it's going to bring it forth. If you put in your brain, it's going to bring it forth. In other words, delete your subconscious mind. That's your tape recorder.
That's your battery in your back. If you somewhere right now where you don't want to be, guess what? You got a battery in your back.
Change the battery, huh?
If you somewhere where you don't want to be, chances are you are being influenced by something that ain't got nothing to do with you.
That's right. So all you got to do is understand that if it is to be, it's up to you. All you got to do is change your thinking, like you said, Player T.
Did those 5 years change your thinking at all?
Those 5 years allowed and caused me to believe that it was true. of the invisible thing that was going on in my life. It confirmed everything about me. Matter of fact, T, the people that was in every one of those 5 prisons I was in was feeling the invisible force that I was carrying with me. They call it the oral. They was feeling it. They would fall in order. They would fall in line.
You ain't lying. You had guys getting out of prison coming down to Hollywood in the hood. Hey, man, Hollywood in the hood, I love y'all, man. I want to get on, man. He did.
Heck yeah, that's it.
You know?
He said, I didn't know him, but I can tell where he was talking. He was somebody. This is what they came, and you can go watch the video. You can hear the young man saying, yeah, I was on the elevator, and I heard somebody talking, and they say, well, that's him. I knew he was somebody because the way he was talking. It's the invisible force that makes everything different. It's just like the wind. They only judge the wind according to the damage that the wind has caused. They say that was a strong wind. That wind was strong as hell. Why? Because it tore down about 5 or 6 houses or 2 houses or lift trailers up off the ground and toss it around in the air. Now, you can't see the wind. You can't even touch the wind, but you can feel it.
You see the after effects.
You see the after effect. And T, that's strong. The invisible is what y'all is missing out on. Acknowledge the power and the force of your God.
Because you're a man of taking your herbs, you like to read and research, and all of that was limited while you were in there. So how were you able to sustain and do some of those things still?
Man, through the grace of the Creator, T, I was able to do it. I did it, T. I did it. I can't describe. I can't lie to you, T.
Say he ate peanut butter.
Yes, peanut butter. Peanut butter and crackers. That's all I ate. I didn't eat what everybody else was eating. Peanut butter and crackers.
Didn't fight over the remote.
None at all. Never watch TV. I don't watch TV, y'all. We create TV.
Huh?
You know what I'm saying?
Fathom that. Fathom that. You in the spot, everybody fighting over the TV, but you know you a creator. You create TV. You like, look at these dudes. You know, are y'all going to be that enthusiastic once I tell you that I got a show that you can watch? You know?
Or part of a show that they can watch, you know, Player T. You know, I mean, I'm part of it, you know. Without you, T, it wouldn't be none of this. It wouldn't be Player T. It wouldn't be Hollywood in the Hood. It's teamwork, T. We found out the gift that God gave you and the gift that it gave me. And we put it together like you put a cake together.
What about when you get mad when you swear people ain't seeing the gift in you, but they seen it all along, you just didn't?
Right. Well, I think I'm understanding the question, T, that you asked me. They saying it that they did it?
They saying they got a gift.
Oh, yeah, well.
You know, maybe if they felt like it was not acknowledged.
Well, they just confused in the head. That's that subconscious mind, T. That's the stuff on their tape recorder of what their mama and daddy brung them up to believe and think, or the environment that they were in. They was in that competitive environment, I guess. And they probably didn't have the education that the people that they was around, some of the people that it was around, so they felt like they was less than. I never had a problem thinking that I was less than.
Huh?
Never. I never had that problem.
Yeah, I don't have that problem.
None at
Go
all.
on and be great. That's what you were created to do.
That's what you created.
Go on and be great.
Go on, be great, y'all.
You know, that's the moral of the story. Hey, Bud, I'm glad you're here. Like you said, we could talk for hours. We're going to have this a reoccurring theme. Big Bud is going to be coming on the platform. So, hey, just get ready, man.
Hollywood in the hood.
Player T, that's me, Hollywood in the hood.
In the hood, for real.
Thank y'all for tuning in. We appreciate it.
What you got to say? Bug Nasty turn me up though.
I remember not too long ago, I always wanted